Are we starting? My phone decided to start without me. Hey folks, it's raining on the road. Let's talk about visiting. Oh, yeah, about visiting and welcoming and what that really means. That's what's on my mind. So I just left my friend's house in Georgia. I'm still in Georgia. And say it's funny to see the snow kind of in the swamps. I mean, a lot of it's just foresty, but some of it is swampy, and then seeing snow in the swampy land is different. Anyway, so yeah, I went to my friends at the homestead. I guess I'll use names, right? You guys are getting to know me, and you'll get to know my friends. And these people have a place that other people go, so I think it's okay to be kind of public about them anyway. They're in Georgia at a place called the Schooley Homestead Community. And people go there to build buses. You know, you can go there with your van or your bus, and work on your stuff, and borrow tools and stuff like that. So, and they've been in business there. I don't even know how long. I mean, I've known them like 4 years now. And they've been there like considerably longer than that. I don't know exactly how long they've been having people there. Could be as much as like 7 years. Is it 6? Is it 7? Maybe Renee will comment if she sees this. It definitely was at least like 2020, but I feel like it was a couple of years earlier. So, anyway, so I just came from there, and when I got there, you know, I parked, I went over to their bus, Renee and Brett. They also live in their bus. They have a big 40-footer. And so, you know, obviously I pull in, park, put away a couple of things, and go over to say, hey, I'm here, and hang out. And Renee, my dear friends, all right, sorry, sister. I hope I hope this isn't embarrassing, but it shouldn't be. Renee and I are tight, you know. I feel like Brett and Renee sort of adopted me. It was a while ago. We probably met at the Swarm first in 21. I was thinking it's 2020, but that's because I left Boston in 2020, and but the Swarm was February, so technically 2021. And we probably met there, but it was later that year at the Missouri Swarm, which I think was the first fall Swarm, where we kind of hung out. I feel like it was especially like karaoke night. We get to know each other. And I don't know, man. We just been tight. You know, sometime after that, you know, I was probably on my way to Florida later that year. They're like, hey, you know, come through the homestead, and I did. I don't know. We just got really close. Renee is like a sister to me. People even think we're sisters, which is, you know, like more than a few times I've been somewhere with her, and they're like, "Oh, is this your sister?" So I guess we look a little alike. Anyway, so I got there, and I went over to the bus. And, you know, just the way she greets me, it's like, okay, this is the embarrassing part. I felt it, the way it appeared to me, I felt like she just, like, ran to me. She did. She ran to me to hug me, like a child does, you know, like, excited to see you. And that's so fucking awesome. It just is. You know, to have that kind of deep connection with somebody, and it all goes my road life, rain on the road. I have friends at home too, don't get me wrong. I mean, there are people, although not a shitload of people, and that's the truth. Not a ton. A few people that I'm close to. But Renee and other people that I've met on the road too. They're so welcoming, and obviously everybody isn't besties with everybody, but it's just such a great thing, and I'm so happy in this life, and even though I'm out on the road, I'm traveling around, a lot of time I'm by myself, fair amount of time I'm just on my own. I mean, I'm always talking to somebody and meeting people out, and but I have just met the greatest people, so much love. Thinking of this woman I met last year in Cedar Key. Not the one I stayed at her house. That's a whole story in and of itself. She was great. What's her name? Cindy? It'll come to me. Isn't that awful? She was so gracious and let me stay at her house and everything. And I'm like, oh, what's her name? Nancy or Cindy or an artist. Fabulous woman. So much fun. And just a fascinating, interesting person besides. But I was thinking about this other woman I met, whose name also won't come to me at the moment, and it will. That memory thing, boy. I'm not even 60 yet, and I'm like, oh, but 10 minutes from now, the names will percolate to the top of my brain. So, I tell you, I don't have the magnet yet on my new phone. I was going to stick it on there. I'm interrupting myself again. But I'll tell you about the magnet. I don't have it on there because I was going to stick it on, and then I realized this phone case has a magnetic element to it, so I'll probably just buy one of those stands, and I'll talk about that later. So that's why I didn't stick on my regular one where this would normally be up here. Plus the back of it's really pretty, and I would show it to you, but of course I can't film it. But it's actually made of wood, and it's carved, and in the center it has sort of like yin-yang made out of animal heads. Could be a mountain lion or a wolf, depending how you look at it. And it has the yin-yang sun and moon in it, and those part that's the decoration is inlaid with kind of a mother of pearl material. So anyway, I can't show it to you, and that's why I cannot have this up on the magnet. I gotta hold it with my hand. A little awkward, but I just wanted to talk about this while it's on my mind. So, back to the welcoming. The woman I met last year, she lives in Vero Beach. We just met at a coffee shop. We hit it off. We just really hit it off. I was having coffee. She came in. I think we were sitting at one of those window bars at the coffee house or maybe outside at the picnic tables. And, we were just chatting. And then later I saw her again with her husband, and her whole family was there, her and her sisters and the husbands, and somebody's in-laws. I forget which couple's in-laws were there. It was nice. So we became friendly, and we've just texted once or twice over the year, hey, how you doing? And I love that. I just love meeting people on the road. So back to Renee and Brett, who are lovely, and and everybody else there too. Michelle and Travis, obviously, handlers of the Schoolie Swarm. I don't know what to call them. I don't want to call them owners because that seems. It's not like they own it, it's more like they curate it for people, It's a curation of loving souls. They create a community space where people can be lovely with each other, and they keep it cool so things don't get controversial, and it's just fabulous. whole small community is the best. And women I've met in Solo Van Dwellers, that's a Facebook group, and I've met women from there, fabulous. Anyway, back to Renee, who just like, you know, she was excited to see me, and I was excited to see her. I feel so at home at their place, and, you know, just so comforted. Oh, there's the snow in the swamp. I want to show you the snow in the swamp. Hold on. That's kind of crazy, right? To see snow in the South Georgia swamps. So anyway, Renee, I love you. So many people I've met on the road. People are just open-hearted, but not only open-hearted, but open with their stuff. It's true community, sharing. It's such an amazing feeling to go to a place and have people be just genuinely joyous to see me walk in. Like I said, I mean, I have some people up home like that too. Not a lot. Couple. You know who you are. Sisters and Mama Bear too. You know who you are. But on the road, it just seems like so many welcoming people. So I was thinking about that, and you guys know I'm kind of like a wordsmith, right? Or I'm a wordy, the way that people that love food are foodies. I love words, and I like to think about them. And so I was thinking about the word welcome. People say it, oh, you're welcome. What does it really mean? Or they say you're welcome to be here, like, you know, you're welcome to stay. And some people mean it, and some people don't. Some people just say it. You know, we say it because it's polite. Even when you say, oh, you're welcome, you do something, and people say you're welcome. Now, of course, they say, of course. They say thank you, and they say of course, which is an odd turn of phrase that's become popular, I think, from millennials on down, you know, and I don't get that. Of course what? Of course you're welcome, of course I'd do that for you, of course there was nothing, I mean, I know what it means, but in a sort of verbal technicality, I don't think it makes sense. But you're welcome, you are welcome. What does it really mean? And I thought, welcome. So I'm going to look up the etymology of the word later when I'm not driving. Welcome, like well met. I'm sure it's, you know, very old English. It's well that you have come to me. You know? It's well that you come. It's good that you come. And that you have come. Some people are just really so warm and comfortable to be around for me. And everybody has their different people. Some people are nicer to be around than others. And we all, you know, I don't love everybody on the earth, or maybe I do, as my best mentor used to say, you know, I love everybody. There's always some son of a bitch I can love the least. He was a wise man. Always some son of a bitch I can love the least, but I will love him. And but that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about that people that genuinely want to have me around. And I'll be honest, I have not had like a huge amount of that in my life, or maybe I had it and I didn't recognize it. Because sometimes I miss the little hints, you know. I'm very blunt, and if other people are not blunt, sometimes I don't know what they're talking about. And then, you know, there are people that appear to, you know, be welcoming, but you know it's not genuine, you know. They tell you you're welcome, but you can tell that, you know, even though what they say is one thing, but then you can feel that they would really rather you were moving on, you know. But sometimes I don't feel that either, and I've told people, like, if you tell me I'm welcome to stay, I'm gonna believe you. So 2 days later, if I'm still like, don't tell me I can stay, and then be annoyed when I'm there. You ever have that happen? Like somebody's like, oh, stay as long as you want, but then you get that feeling, you know, maybe you're underfoot. Sometimes you don't feel it because they're so good at putting on the polite face that you don't even know that they'd really rather you were gone. Honestly, that's not good. So I tell people right up front, like, just say what you mean, because, you know, I get comfortable. If you're not comfortable with that, you should just say so. And like my best friend up north, she'll tell me. She's also not always comfortable, but at least it's real. Like, she's like, I can only do 2 days. Okay, fine. I'll do 2 days. I'm out. No problem. And I don't love it. She knows that. But like I said, at least it's real. Like, it's genuine. I said, this is all I can really handle. Fine. You know. She likes a lot of solitude. I like solitude. I also love people that visit me, though. I really do. And if you don't already know it, like, if you're in my circle, and I don't mean the inner tight circle, I mean, if you're in my circle and you want to just drop in on me, I'm cool with that. Like, you don't need a reservation to show up at my house. You can drop by. I like when people drop by. And I think the reason I'm so comfortable with it is that if you drop by and I don't have time, I'll be like, hey, you know, great, but I don't have time for you. You know, I'm not afraid to tell somebody, hey, great, or even be like, stay, make yourself at home, but I gotta get out for whatever reason, you know, if I had to be somewhere. Or, you know, I gotta get out, and so you can only stay 1 day because I'm leaving, and, you know, depending upon the person, whether I would leave them at my place without me. Is that a cop in front of me or just a ski rack? No, I think it's just a ski rack, a roof rack. Everybody has roof racks now. You ever see that? You see the rack on the vehicle and you're like, ooh, am I going to get busted for using the phone? Oh, interrupting myself again. So anyway, yeah, what does it mean to be welcome? I'll find out with this YouTube, right? This is a different kind of welcome. I will find out how many people are welcoming my rambling chatter into their world online, which is not really in their personal space, but definitely taking up space. Yeah, that is a cop, and I got my phone up in my hand. Hopefully he's not seeing that. I haven't been moving it around, so we pulled into the city hall. And if he doesn't turn up here behind me at this red light, that'd be good. I'm guessing Georgia probably has not holding your phone law like everybody else. I don't know. Let's see, who's behind me in my backup camera? Looks like a blue car, not a white one. So, yep, it was not a decoy to get behind me instead of in front of me. So, yeah, that's what's on my mind. Being welcome, being loved, sense of community. You know, and I'll tell you, after I sold the house in Salem, which was 1.5 years ago now, it really, it's always been important, but it was even more crucially important because, you know, I'm in the bus, I was homeless. People say, oh, you're houseless, you know, that's the thing in the community, but it was the first time in a long time, like most of my life, that I didn't have a place that I could go that was mine to go to. I mean, there were places I could go. And in a way, I could go to Jaffrey and it's mine, but still on the driveway, you know, and Ethel, of course, you know, her place always open to me and feels like home because she's so welcoming. And I know like to go there absolutely any day, any time, any month, any year. And same at the homestead, and the homestead is really, even before I sold the house, it's become like a second home to me. It's kind of it's become almost like a home base, because I just like check in there once or twice a year at least. And then of course the closer that Renee and I get to, like, the more time I spend there. And now that I'll be in Asheville, hopefully she will also be coming to my place, right? Because I love that. Oh, here comes that cop. Fuck. Hold on. Okay, no, it wasn't. It's just a white car with a roof rack. Alright, so, what I would love is, I guess I was supposed to say this at the beginning of the video. Please like this video. Please subscribe to my channel. But really and truly, please tell me your feelings about what it means to be welcome, and what it means to welcome somebody else, and what it means to be well met, if you're familiar with that word, and what it means to visit, or to be at home, or to feel at home, and to enjoy people. Like, to me, welcoming somebody is really about enjoying them. That's another word I want to explore. To enjoy. To infuse something with joy. That's what I think enjoy is. And to be welcome is to come, and it just feels really good. Alright. No double entendres there. Come on now. You know what I'm talking about. Let's not get silly. So please, join me in some conversation on this topic. And Rain, we'll see you down the road. Rain on the road. That's me. Rain on the road.